Hello and welcome to the Gustavus Sports Rewind. I'm your host, James Piper. The women's basketball team improved their record to 4-1 last Saturday after a very important win over Concordia. After some poor first-half shooting, the Gusties trailed 29-26 at the half. The second half was a completely different story as the Gusties outshot and out-rebounded Concordia. 4 Gustavus players reached double figures in scoring, including Molly Mathewitz with 17, Molly Geske and Katie Lehman with 14 each, and Ava Perry with 10. To her 14 points, Katie Lehman added 10 rebounds for a double-double in the game. The women's team is now 6-1 on the year. After a very tight first period, the Gusties broke loose with 4 second-period goals, all of which, interestingly enough, were scored by defenders. 3 of those 4 goals came within a 2-minute time span of one another, and those 3 quick goals were all scored on the power play. Adding insult to injury, Patrick Dinan and Joe Welch each scored a goal in the third period as the Gusties ran away with this victory with a 7-1 lead. Defenseman Matt Schugel led the way with 2 goals, including the game winner. Other scorers were Mitch Carlson, Cody Mosbeck, and David Martinson, who had a goal each. Josh Swartout played great in both games against the Tommies last weekend, allowing just 1 goal on 51 shots. He was named the MIAC Men's Hockey Player of the Week for his efforts versus St. Thomas. The girls' hockey team was not so fortunate against St. Thomas last weekend. Last Friday, Gustavus hosted the Tommies and were handed their first conference loss in nearly 3 years. Melissa Mackley struck first blood, scoring for Gustavus with less than 2 minutes left in the first. Carol Liddell responded partway through the second, going 5-hole on goalie Danielle Justice. The game was tied after 2 periods after that goal, with Gustavus outshooting St. Thomas 17-9 at that point. Gustavus continued to pepper the Tommies goalie to no avail, and Liddell scored again for the Tommies, and the game winner with 4:35 remaining in the third period. Gustavus played St. Thomas again the next day to a 2-2 tie. The men's basketball team also played against Concordia following the girls' game last Saturday. The Gusties led the Cobbers 31-21 at the half after Jesse Van Sickle hit a mid-range jumper with 2 seconds left in the half. With 8 minutes left to play in the game, the Gusties' lead began to dwindle as they committed 6 crucial turnovers down the stretch. A lethal combination of poor shooting and poor decision-making would allow the Cobbers to tie the game and set it into overtime. The Cobbers got 4 quick points in overtime before Ryan McPartland and Tyler Gray of the Gusties helped tie the game back at 54. Then, with 0.8 of a second remaining, Phil Wirchus got the ball from out of bounds, turned around quickly, and just threw up a prayer that somehow found its way into the basket from 50 feet away, giving the Gusties a win that was nothing short of miraculous. Leading scorers for the Gusties in the game were Tyler Gray with 10 points and McPartland with 17. Wirtjes finished with 5 points. Now let's take a look at that miracle shot of his in overtime. Thank you for joining us today on the Gustavus Sports Rewind. As always, if you've missed any of our prior episodes, you can find them by going to youtube.com and typing in Gustavus Sports Rewind into the search bar. I'm James Piper, and go Gusties.